Hi everyone, my name is Etienne and I am currently a senior here at UW Stout studying construction management. For my future career, I'd like to work in the construction industry as a project manager. So this is why I did my research on communication used by project managers. For my interview, I talked with Mr. Francois Houpé, who's a highly experienced project manager. He's been working with TMS system, which is a subcontractor building precast walls for over 30 years now. Why this interview? I did it to learn more about the key mode of communication I will need to use in my future career. So just to explain to you guys how I did my interview, while talking with them, we break down everything into two types of communication. The first one is internal communication, and the other one is external communication. So internal is everything related inside the company, so mostly with the coworkers. First type of communication they are using is Slack. For those of you guys that don't know what Slack is, it's similar to MSN, which I'm sure you guys used when you were younger. It's a live chat that they use to ask each other quick questions. He said that he receives in and out 15 to 20 times a day messages. So they're, like I said, they're quick questions like, "Are you done?" Or he's gonna say, "Look at your email, give me a phone call when you get a minute." Other type of communication use are internal phone. So just to talk with his coworkers, he said he spent about 30 minutes a day on the phone with his coworkers, and there are 2 to 3 minute phone calls. Also, emails, he receives 5 to 6 emails a day, and he replies to all of them. And verbal communication, which is the mostly used communication for him with his coworkers. They use verbal communication to look at plans when there are problems, technical problems. They talk about what they will need to do, how they will build the structure depending on the plans, and they try to come up with solutions when there are problems by looking at the plans and 3D models. I also asked him if he had any meetings with his coworkers, and he said that they actually do have weekly meetings on Friday. For their meetings, they cover a lot. First off, they mostly plan the upcoming week. So they try to come up with all the plans that the workers will need for the upcoming week, as well as all the equipment and material they will need on site. They also they also try to talk about the progression that was made on each job site over the week. They look if there was any problems, and if there was problem, they try to come up with a solution. And if you look at the pie chart here, you can see that verbal communication is really predominant. That's what they use the most inside the company. Now for external communication, which is everything outside of the company, so with his clients mostly, there's less type of communication, but phone and emails are used a lot. He spent about an hour to an hour and a half on the phone every day with his clients, answering a question or asking them a question, and the calls are 5 to 10 minutes long. He receives a good amount of email, 50 a day, and he says he replies to all of them. He also send out 3 to 4 RFI a day. RFI are requests for informations. He will ask questions on technical information for the production in the shop. Verbal communication, each week he said he's going to visit all the sites of his project. He tries to go normally every Wednesday, and over there he will meet with the clients. He will look at the project, how everything is going, if the progression is going well. They try to look if there was any problem or if there might be any potential problem. So mostly it's just trying to make sure the clients are happy and everything's running smoothly. We also talk about forms. I asked him what type of form they're using, and they are using two type of forms mostly. The first form is the internal form. It's the site request form. He will use that 1 to 3 times a week. The less they are, the better it is, because they will have to use these forms when there are mistakes or something breaks or they forgot to send something on the site. The way it works, it's pretty simple. So you have the request number at the top. The technician for this one, you can see Mr. Hupe actually fill out this one. Who was it asked by, the number of the project, as well as the name of the project, the level, the date it is required in the shop, as well as the dates that it will be required on the site. They normally try to get everything ready on Fridays to send it out so it can be on the site for Monday morning. And you also have in the description whatever they are asking for in the quantity. Other form they are using, the RFI, like I talked about, request for information. So every time there will be questions on the plan, mostly for technical information that will be required for the production in the shop. How it works, you have the number of the RFI, the date it was asked, the name and number of the project, who is it sent to. It will most of the time be the engineer or the architect, and who was it asked by. You have the question here asking for information, and he said that most of the time they will add drawings, so it's easier for the person looking at it to understand the question. I also asked him about the other forms we talked about. As you can see, they are not using any of them. For the field report, he said it will be done by the engineer. For progress report, he said that his boss is not asking for anything since they are doing it mostly on a weekly basis on Fridays at their meeting, and their boss is assisting to all of those meetings, so he doesn't ask for anything on paper. The incident report will be done by OSHA. The reflective memo, again, his boss is not asking for anything. During the project, throughout the week, they kind of reflect, and mostly on Fridays, they will reflect on the project, what went wrong, what can be improved for next time, and again, the progression. So there's a big reflection throughout the whole project. So their boss is not asking for anything. The directives, he said they have to be done by the engineer, so everything is in compliance with the law. And for meeting minutes, they're just not doing any of them. So finally, this research was good for me. It helped me see what I need to expect for my future career. Obviously, internal and external is a little different, but at the same time, it's similar. They're using the same type of communication. It's just the amount that is varying mostly. Um, for external, emails and phone seems to be used a lot. And internal, there's a little bit of everything, but mostly verbal with his coworkers. And I also know that I will most likely have to use forms in the future. It will vary from one company to another. Maybe my company that I will work for will ask for progress report, but I just have to be aware that that the company will most likely ask for me to use forms. So thanks for listening, and have a good one.